This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now's the news for September 17th, 2025. Okay, first of all, Carousel of Products have been pushing it pretty hard. I know our very first Magnet of the Month Club magnets are being shipped out. If you haven't joined, there's still time to get the Aladar magnet, and it is still September. And we have new surprises in store for you in October as well and onward. We, of course, have the I Counted Down to Extinction t-shirts. Those have been restocked. He's Still Peg Leg Pete to Me t-shirts are still on sale. And, of course, a few more inflatable Santa Gerties are left. She went to Fort Wilderness and has not returned. Maybe she's going to stay. I don't know. She left yesterday. I guess we'll see if she shows back up during the broadcast. The new Cool Ship kiosk has been installed in Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom, revealing its modernized look. The updated kiosk has a completely updated style and is missing that spaceship that was on the roof before. Cool Ship and Cool Scanner suddenly closed in May and were completely dismantled. Disney made no official announcement about the closure, but the Walt Disney World website still states Cool Ship is temporarily closed for refurbishment and is expected to reopen later this year. The new structure confirms that Tomorrowland Cool Ship is getting a brand new look, the latest in a series of updates to Tomorrowland that remove classic styles in favor of sleeker, more modernized elements. I would say maybe even mid-century. I don't know. Someone smarter than me can figure that out. The new building appears to be approximately the same size as the old one, although it lacks the attached Cool Scanner structure with the misting fan. It has white swooping pieces on the roof with an oval-shaped sign sticking off to one side. The design is reminiscent of the Joffrey's Revive kiosk on the other side of the land. The roof is made of layers of white, light blue, and red circles. Another light blue circle acts as an awning over one side. There are pale teal decorative elements on the walls of the kiosk. A dark blue counter runs around the kiosk. There are multiple windows and doorways. The old kiosk had large gray metallic columns and a metallic silver counter. The roofs were white with dark blue trim. The design had more of a 1980s look, and the red ship on top was rumored to be repainted prop from Flight of the Navigator. I think that was debunked. Ashton, our reporter, thinks that this looks like a Pepsi logo, which might make Coke mad. I don't know. Tell us what you think. Teddi Barra has been missing from the Country Bear musical Jamboree at Magic Kingdom for almost a week. Teddi is a unique animatronic because she descends from the ceiling on a swing. We first noticed she was a no-show on Thursday, September 11th. As of Tuesday, the 16th, she has not returned. Teddi doesn't descend and her attic door doesn't even open, but the show must go on. Wendell and Gomer still perform A Whole New World. That was the number where she would usually be featured. For now, guests just hear Teddi's disembodied voice. Teddi's also missing from the finale. You can see Teddi and the rest of the bears in our 4K multicam POV of Country Bear Musical Jamboree right here on our channel. Bambi Loungefly mini backpack, also featuring Flower, Thumper, and more, has arrived at Disney World for $80. The Bambi Loungefly backpack is an official Disney Parks Loungefly featuring an all-over Bambi print with woodland animals and flowers against a black background. The bag is covered in black faux leather with a pattern of flowers and animals. The Disney Parks X Loungefly logo plate is attached at the top. The front has a large pocket with scalloped edges. In the center of the pocket flap, a gold-colored Bambi head embellishment is surrounded by embroidered pink flowers and green leaves. Each side has the usual Loungefly slip pocket, which are both covered in the same print as the front. The shoulder straps and top handle are black. The hardware and zipper are all gold. Inside, there's a green lining with Bambi predominantly featured. The interior lining print also includes butterflies, pale pink flowers, and leaves. You'll find this adorable new backpack in Uptown Jewelers at the Magic Kingdom. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to WDWNT.travel. Their team will design your next magical vacation from Disney World and Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and much more. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so book today. Please, it helps us a lot. You support the people that support us. It helps us, so thank you very much. Last week, the Adventureland entrance sign returned to Magic Kingdom without some of the props that decorate the structure. Led to a lot of speculation. This week, the sign is almost back to normal with the return of most of those missing props. The Adventureland entrance sign and the surrounding props were removed from their spot in August. When it returned last week, a few of those props were noticeably absent, including skulls and carved tops of the right supports. Parts of the sign were replaced, including the fabric banner featuring hand-stitched lettering and the straw hair around the animal skull. Other aspects were refreshed, including the rope and painted designs as well. During our most recent visit to Magic Kingdom, we noticed the skull props are now back in place. I know a lot of people were thinking Disney got rid of them for good. The golden Abu Fab 50 statue is now at the far end of the bridge. The straw decorative pieces on the right support still missing. This may be reinstalled in the near future. All the other props appear largely unchanged, so it's possible the sign's removal was simply due to that routine maintenance. The Disney Eats Instagram account shared a reel of a fun new opportunity for budding pitmasters. You can be barbecue pit expert of the day at Regal Eagle Smokehouse. The text overlaid on the video reads, POV, your fiance is checking out the smoker at Regal Eagle Smokehouse and is chosen as the barbecue pit expert of the day. In the video, a man named Nick is watching the pitmasters at work when a cast member approaches and asks if he'd like to try one for free, and he'll get to be pit expert of the day. She asks him his name, a question about food temperature, and then we cut to Nick wielding a fresh off the smoker turkey leg wrapped in paper to make the official announcement, turkey legs are ready. We also see the chalkboard displayed next to the smoker with pit expert of the day, Nick, written on it. I kind of want to do that. I've gotten into smoking meat a lot recently, so hey, EPCOT, if you see me, hit me up. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of pin trading with, well, of course, pins. Plus, we spotted a few villain box sets, which we were previously told were sold out. Yesterday, we headed to EPCOT for the limited release pin trading 25th anniversary pins. They include Minnie Mouse with an orange pin-nerific frame, Pluto with a blue pin-tastic frame, and Mickey Mouse with a red pin-tacular frame. Oh boy, was my dad in charge of these? All three pins come on the same blue backing card, which also has an image of Cinderella Castle and fireworks. Purple wristbands were handed out to guests looking to purchase these pins. All wristbands were distributed before the conclusion of early park entry. Guests who did not get in line before the park officially opened for the day were not given a wristband, thus they didn't have the opportunity to purchase their pin. These pins were also available at Disneyland. You can, of course, go to wwnt.com for more details on this week's releases. We cover the pins exhaustively because they're becoming, well, a big deal, as you know. Sad news. Gino, the silverback gorilla, the most senior gorilla in Animal Kingdom's troupe, has passed away. He was 44 years old. Gino was a Western lowland gorilla who was a fixture on the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail from day one. He was part of the troupe on Animal Kingdom's opening day. That was April 22nd, 1998. The magnificent male silverback gorilla was often seen atop his rock, fixing his intimidating gaze upon guests, inspiring awe in everyone who saw him. Former Imagineer Joe Rohde announced Gino's passing on Instagram with distant photos of the animal. He wrote, Gino the gorilla has passed away. He was the silverback leader of the gorillas at Disney's Animal Kingdom for a generation. Gino was a true alpha male. He was powerful, gentle, humorous, kind, a patient partner to his minders, a great father, and a great model for the young males in his life. I'm sure today and in the following days we will see portraits of him close up on his thoughtful, strong features, but I prefer to remember him like this, not huge and powerful, but wandering peacefully beneath the trees, a creature in the midst of his kingdom. He will be missed. VP of Disney's Animals, Science, and Environment, Dr. Mark Penning, also paid tribute. We are heartbroken to share the passing of Gino, our beloved 44-year-old Western lowland gorilla. For nearly 30 years, Gino touched countless lives at Disney's Animal Kingdom with his playful spirit, gentle humor, and steady presence as a devoted father and troop leader. Gino lives behind an incredible legacy, 14 offspring, global contributions to gorilla care and conservation, and the lasting memories of every cast member and guest he inspired, Dr. Penning continued. Though he would have turned 45 this December, Gino's story will live on in the future of his species and in the hearts of all who knew him and loved him. Thank you, Gino. You will always be part of our family. In addition to his dominating personality, Gino also became known for his contributions to managed care for gorillas, as written about in the Disney Parks blog. Gino's two daughters, Grace and Ada, are still part of the family troupe at Animal Kingdom. He was a favorite. People first fell in love with Gino, I think, at the magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom on Disney+. We had an opportunity to talk about our favorite animals at Animal Kingdom a couple years ago on WDW News Tonight. I selected Gino as my favorite animal at Animal Kingdom. I loved this animal. He was incredible. I loved watching him put up with his young kids run around being a pain in his ass. And you could tell that I had a connection with Gino. We kind of we're near the same age, and I feel like we had a lot in common. But he'll be missed. I know he lived a long, good life for a silverback. So Gino, we love you. We'll miss you. Well, the story everyone's talking about is the scuba heist at Paddlefish at Disney Springs in the early morning hours of Monday, September 15th. At first, Orange County Sheriff's Office officials reported that an unknown man entered the business after hours, took some cash, and left. The robbery happened just after midnight. Paddlefish closed at 11 p.m. on Sunday, which is the standard sort of closing time for all of Disney Springs. Deputies said that no one was injured during the incident, though they did not share if anyone was in the restaurant at the time the burglary occurred. Then the bombshell, we got the big plot twist. The man apparently swam up to Paddlefish, which is a restaurant housed in a building that's shaped like a steamboat, a steam paddle wheeler at Disney Springs. A lot of people reported it's a boat. I've seen stuff on the internet of people that don't know Disney that say it's a floating restaurant. It's not. It's a building that's shaped like a boat. He found a place to store his wetsuit and scuba gear and spray painted the security camera before entering the manager's office, where 2 employees were counting cash from the day to place in the safe. The report is redacted heavily, by the way, but the man forced employees to go into a corner of the room and close their eyes. According to WFTV 9 sources, he also tied those employees up. He then stole between $10,000 and $20,000 in cash. According to the employees, he left within 2 minutes. They called 911 after freeing themselves. Neither were hurt, and the burglar did not brandish any weapons. Investigators believe the man then put on scuba gear, jumped back into the water to make his scuba escape. He was not found after an immediate search. The sheriff's office released a picture of the man while he was spray painting that security camera. The employees described him as slim, approximately 5 feet 10 inches tall, and wearing tight clothing and a blue beanie. All right, we got to talk about this. I don't often go on these long sort of rants that people love from Tom and all these things, but this is right in my wheelhouse. I am very interested in this story. And before we get too deep into it, I want to acknowledge that there were people who were probably scared during this. They were intimidated and tied up, and my thoughts are with them. That being said, this is wild. This is maybe the wildest story to come out of Walt Disney World since I've been with the company in many years, I think. This is interesting. First of all, I mean, where to start? If I asked you what businesses at Disney Springs did you think would have 10 grand on cash, 10 grand on hand in cash, who would have said Paddlefish? Not me. 10 to $20,000 in cash seems like an awful lot in today's day and age when, you know, everyone pays with a credit card. That's a lot of cash to have on hand. This is clearly an inside job, right? The person scouted the job out, right? They knew where a security camera was. They spray painted it. Not only that, they knew when they would count the cash before it went into a safe. They knew where the manager's office was. This is either someone that worked at Paddlefish before or someone that knew someone that worked there. This sounds like the ultimate inside job. Very sophisticated, by the way. If this person actually swam in scuba gear up there, took the scuba gear off, went inside, robbed the place, put the scuba gear back on, and escaped via water, that is wild. A couple things. Number one, Disney Springs, that water is like maybe like 5 feet deep. Every time it doesn't rain for 2 weeks, or a week, they close those boats, the Sasagula boats, right? It's very shallow. And if you have dove before, I used to dive a lot when I was stationed in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Very shallow water like that is very hard to scuba dive in. It's hard to maintain your neutral buoyancy. It's dark out. That water is not clear. I don't see how you make that escape without being very, very well trained or surfacing and maybe snorkeling out of there. They said wetsuit. It could have been a mask and snorkel and fins. They could have had one of those little scooters, but this is like what was it, National Treasure, where Nicolas Cage jumps off the Intrepid in New York, and then they grab that water, they put a mask on him, and they take the water scooter to, I don't know what it's called, the underwater propulsion vehicle to escape to New Jersey. I don't know if you need something like that to get out of there, but I mean, just that in and of itself is a pretty wild thing to think about. If you look at Google Maps, the most likely escape routes would have been sort of all the way kind of past where Saratoga Springs is, under a bridge, and into there's sort of a lake behind Hotel Plaza Boulevard. I mean, I would start there. But this is wild. And not only that, look, 10 grand is a lot of money. 20 grand is a lot of money. However much money this person got away with is a decent chunk of change. but the level of sophistication that this required, you would think they were stealing like a $2 million piece of art. This is like Thomas Crown Affair or The Italian Job or Entrapment, one of those situations. You know, this scuba exfiltration, if that is really what happened, is just really wild. I would think the list of suspects has got to be pretty short of someone that knows that place very well. I'm sure law enforcement is working hard to figure this out. But this is a wild, wild story. And we could talk about that. I wish there were people here we'd just talk about this for like an hour, because I think it's really super interesting and I'm really intrigued by this. All right, shall we move on? I guess so. This is boring now. Disney Racers toys have finally returned to Walt Disney World after a long absence. Maybe it's not boring for everybody. We spotted several character and attraction-themed racer die-cast cars at Disney Springs and over at the Magic Kingdom. All of these Disney Racers toys were spotted on a magical finds display, which features items under $25 in World of Disney at Disney Springs. Each Disney Racers toy is $9.99. They have Space Racing Stitch, Monorail Dragster, Mad Teacup Racer, Haunted Mansion Haunt Rod. Boy, Dad's at it again. Space Mountain Astro Racer, Mickey Speedster, Indy Temple Trekker, and the Amazonian Jungle Cruise. Go check them out if that's your thing. The Happiest Story on Earth, 70 Years of Disneyland, is an all-new 2020 special edition event celebrating the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, plus a look ahead to the future. 2020 special edition will dive deep into the past 70 years of Disneyland with commentary from stars like Josh Gad, John Stamos, and Jamie Lee Curtis. We'll learn more about the history of Disneyland attractions, including classics like the Jungle Cruise, Haunted Mansion, and Pirates of the Caribbean. Plus, hear rare insight from Disney Imagineer Bob Gurr, who was, of course, with Walt Disney on opening day in 1955. The special also provides a look at the new first-of-its-kind audio animatronics figure of Walt Disney. We'll also get a behind-the-scenes look at future Disneyland projects like Avengers Campus expansion, the new Coco attraction, and the Avatar destination coming to California Adventure. It airs this coming Sunday, September 21st at 8 p.m. Find it on ABC and then stream it on Disney Plus and Hulu the next day. You can watch the official trailer on our website. The Fantasyland Theater at Disneyland recently received updates all over, including new pavement and refreshed paint. Our Disneyland reporter said everything is looking very clean and shiny and has that fresh paint smell. The pavement's been repainted in curved blocks of green, blue, and gray, leading into the Troubadour Tavern seating area, down to the bleacher seating, and behind the tech booth. The fencing around the theater has also been repainted in warm brown with a blue and yellow floral motif, echoing the banners around the stage. The paved area in front of the stage has been painted with blocks of light and deeper blue in an abstract checkerboard-like pattern. The seating area, pavement, and tech booth also received those new coats of paint. The Fantasyland Theater was last updated in January with the addition of the Stars and Vines banners around the stage, and star motif on the archway above. Quick bit of trivia, by the way, because I'm old. Did you know that the stage at Fantasyland Theater is from it's the stage from the early 1980s US Fest? That was a big festival that was put on by Steve Wozniak, among others. Featured A-list performers. I think this went on for a few years. If you're old like me, you might remember it. Everyone from the Ramones to Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers to Ozzy Osbourne played on that stage. It's pretty iconic stage. It's a pretty cool bit of trivia too. YouTuber Hey Bricky, our friend Mark Bricky, got to capture photos of Avengers Campus construction at Disney California Adventure from a high vantage point, granting us a new look at work on the land's expansion. Bricky was allowed onto the roof of Candy Cane Inn to capture photos and video for his latest Bricky vlog. He shared the pictures WWNT. Please go to Bricky Vlog, check out his blog, give him some love. A crew member is visible next to a scaffolding tower on the structure taking shape at Avengers Campus. The structure stretches out behind Avengers headquarters. It's currently just a framework of supports and beams at the moment. A section of the back of the building is lower than the rest. The large building will house the new multiverse attraction, Avengers Infinity Defense. Also coming to the area is the Stark Flight Lab ride. The expansion will nearly double the size of Avengers Campus. When completed, another scaffolding tower is seen at the back of the building. Though Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is visible in the background, there's a lot of space between the new structure and the existing tower. Foundational concrete walls descend below the ground floor. Temporary wood railings run along the tops of the walls. There are concrete forms around some of those vertical supports. Though the structure is multiple stories tall, it doesn't have full floors on each level. There are corrugated panels on some platforms and the roof. Crew members were welding at the time of Bricky's visit. Of course, you can watch his vlog there's a link to it on our site if you don't find it either. You can search for Bricky Vlog. He also has another channel, Hey Bricky. Give him some support. This program is brought to you by Unlocked Magic. You can get your Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando tickets for the lowest price out there. Join the hundreds of 5-star reviews and thousands of families that have been able to help save over $10 million in ticket sales alone. With Unlocked Magic, you can now add Disney's Memory Maker when purchasing your theme park tickets for $10 off. And for a limited time, enjoy up to 12% off tickets when you buy now through September 30th. Find them at unlockmagic.com/WWNT to help you save money on your next big trip to the Orlando-based parks. Let's go overseas, shall we? Disneyland Paris is now conducting drop tests for the new Lion King attraction, which will be a water flume ride similar, I guess, to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. In a recent video posted on Instagram, ride vehicles for the new Lion King attraction are seen being tested on a drop track for the first time. This is not the actual location of the attraction, but a separate area that is conducting tests behind the scenes. Unclear whether or not the testing is for the big final drop or a possible smaller drop that may occur elsewhere in that attraction. Lion King attraction, which does not have an official name yet, again is similar, we think, to Tiana's Bayou Adventure in that it's going to be a water flume ride. The boats are designed to carry 12 guests, which is more than many other Disney World and Disneyland flume attractions. These test vehicles are much larger than what was shown in the original concept art. A recently approved permit reveals details for the Pride Lands themed area, showing a Lion King covered attraction, a retail store inside the attraction building, a food kiosk with covered seating, guest restrooms, and an outdoor character meet and greet space. Full project area is approximately 327,000 square feet. The show building will be 2 levels, have exterior openings, and will be divided into 4 areas. The exterior queue with thatched canopies, the attraction itself, plus an indoor queue and load and unload area, a retail store, and a technical and maintenance area for cast members. Landscape features will include newly planted trees, stamped concrete to replicate the savannah, all that concrete in the savannah, sculpted rock motifs, and more to give guests an immersive Pride Lands experience. Disney villain Dr. Facilier has a new costume at Tokyo Disneyland, which has fewer voodoo elements and a more preppy style than his previous film-accurate outfit. This costume was only previously seen at Oogie Boogie Bash at DCA this year. This makes it his, this is his first appearance, I guess, this costume for regular park hours, for not a ticketed event. We immediately noticed this new costume when we saw him on the first day of the Halloween seasonal celebrations in Tokyo. But we also recognize as his new costume features fewer voodoo elements than his previous costume. Most notably, the tooth-style necklace is missing this year. The necklace he wears in the film is supposed to be made of crocodile or alligator teeth. The new waistcoat jacket does not have the same swirl pattern and is instead a solid maroonish, purplish color. The jacket is also less cropped, giving it a more formal look. Dr. Facilier himself also wears a new pink undershirt, and his new vest is bright pink to match the undershirt. Instead of red belt, he now wears a pocket watch. His hat also looks different this year. It's now black instead of purple. It still has red trim and the feather accent. Dr. Facilier's new pants have a more polished look with black creased pants instead of the previous leather-looking pants. Shoes are also red now with white spats instead of brown shoes with tan spats. Check out Dr. Facilier and his new costume on our website. Hong Kong Disneyland announced more details about their ongoing 20th anniversary celebration. The most magical party of all began in June of 2025, will end in June of 2026. Entertainment includes Disney Friends Live, Party at the Castle, the Friendtastic Parade, and a drone pre-show before momentous Party in the Night Sky. A lineup of parties within the party begins with Uninvited, a villains takeover party this Halloween. Maleficent leads an alliance of 10 notorious villains and henchmen storming Main Street, USA. Hero and villain pairings will also appear at the park, including Maleficent and Aurora, the Queen of Hearts and Alice, and Captain Hook with Wendy for this year. That's new. The Scarlet Witch will appear. Both Mickey and friends, as well as Duffy and friends, will of course don new Halloween looks. In November, coinciding with the release of Zootopia 2, Judy and Nick will host a celebration in Adventureland. There will be Zootopia merchandise and treats and experiences. Throughout November and December will be holiday offerings, including a holiday wish come true tree lighting ceremony with frozen surprise snowfall and drones. On December 31st will be the New Year's Eve countdown party. Then we hit the new year. Bullseye from Toy Story leads a celebration of the Year of the Horse from January 30th to March 1st. This will be a rootin' tootin' party filled with laughter, joy, and playful surprises as Bullseye shares festive wishes in true Pixar style. Then from March 20th to June 7th, that's going to be the returning Duffy and Friends Play Days, a heartwarming fan gathering hosted by Duffy and Friends. The event will include new merchandise, seasonal treats, and more. The Most Mischievous Party with Chip, Dale, and Clarice will be in April of 2026. Chip and Dale, along with renowned explorer Miss Clarice, crash Grizzly Gulch for a town-wide competition celebrating the discovery of the largest golden nugget ever. There will be live music, interactions, and the opportunity to perform alongside the town band. Chip, Dale, and Clarice will roam the land throughout the day in all new interactive moments. Not to be left out, Lord Henry and Albert of Mystic Manor are going to have rare meet and greets at Hong Kong Disneyland next spring as well. In May of 2026, Lord Henry Mystic and his companion Albert will throw a mysterious party as part of Hong Kong Disneyland's 20th anniversary celebrations. Lord Henry will meet guests in Mystic Point, home of his Mystic Manor. Albert will greet guests in an all-new interactive experience. Hong Kong Disneyland will likely announce more details at a later date. Mystic Manor is Hong Kong Disneyland's unique counterpart to the Haunted Mansion. Some say one of the best attractions in the world. Of course, we have a full POV ride. You should check it out. It's amazing. Castaway Club members sailing on Disney Cruise Line's new Disney Destiny during its inaugural sailings will receive special gifts. Disney Cruise Line blogs shared details and pictures of the gifts sent to guests via email. Castaway Club members are guests who have sailed with Disney Cruise Line more than once. The more sailings you go on, the higher your castaway status and the more gifts you'll receive in your stateroom on each sailing. Guests must sail at least once every 5 years to maintain their Castaway Club status. Silver Castaway members, guests who have completed one sailing or more, will receive a red canvas tote bag with gold straps and a gold Disney Destiny inaugural sailings design. The Castaway Club wordmark and compass logo are on the straps. Gold members, that's if you've completed 5 sailings, will receive the tote bag as well as a dry bag. It's red with golden straps and trim. A zip pouch on the front features a circular Disney Destiny inaugural sailings design. Platinum members, that's if you've done 10 sailings, will receive the canvas tote, dry bag, and a set of packing cubes. There are 5 red packing cubes of various sizes. They have golden zippers and Disney Destiny inaugural sailings designs. Lastly, Pearl members, those are people who have done 25 sailings or more, will receive all of the above plus a travel set. This includes a passport holder, travel wallet, and 2 luggage tags. These are all simulated leather with gold tone embossed designs. Disney Destiny sets off on its maiden voyage on November 20th from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The inaugural sailing season will continue 4 months after. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that did not make it onto the show today, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.